All right. This week in gaming. Let's go. Hey, wait. Let's check if Evie's there. Oh, she's snoozing. Oh, look at her. She's taking the cutest little nap right now. We won't disturb her. She's usually right here co-piloting, but she's had a big day. So this week in gaming, it's May 25th. Yes, it is May. It's almost June, guys. I am excited for June because that's when the Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy card collab comes out, and I'm going to be opening a box on stream, so look forward to that. So we're going to start off with some wins and fails. We got versatile vows, hellish homelands, and exaggerated expectations. Nearly my birthday, yippee! Happy early birthday, Kieran. Or Clarence. Oh my gosh, you almost got me there. Anyways, we're going to start off with a fail. Avowed director leaves Obsidian. The Avowed director, Carrie Patel, has left Obsidian after 12 years. She left the studio to join Night School Studio over at Netflix Games. It's fair to assume that they left over the... it would be fair to assume that they left over the failure of Avowed. However, considering they had another position lined up just months after the game released, they most likely planned this before or directly after the game had launched. It seems like the failure of Avowed didn't really have a large impact on this decision, I don't think, because usually you don't get a job that quickly. I mean, it's possible. Maybe Avowed, I think it's more likely that they knew Avowed was going to kind of stink. And that might be because of, like, higher-ups, maybe. But it seems like the director's jumping ship. So this Carrie Patel, I believe, worked in the past 12 years on all the other major Obsidian games, like Outer Worlds, and Pillars of Eternity, or whatever it's called, which is what the Avowed universe is set in. So kind of crazy that they left. But yeah, it's kind of a trend I've been noticing with, like, these, like, what used to be amazing studios are losing all of their talent. It happened to Bungie. It's happened to Obsidian. It happened to Blizzard. It's happened to most, like, major studios. The only studio that's retained, like, all of their good people, I would say, is CD Projekt Red and maybe Bethesda, because they still have Todd Howard. If Todd Howard left, that would be crazy. But because they have him, and because he's been, like, the mastermind behind a lot of their success, I would say that they still have retained a lot of their talent. But yeah, kind of a common trend we're seeing now. Whoa, chill. What's wrong with you, Clarence? Calm down. Anyways, let's go on to a win. Helldivers protected the homeland. The new Heart of the Democracy update for Helldivers is out, and they're fighting for their homeland. So this is the first time you get to go to Super Earth, which is kind of sick. I haven't played it yet. I heard that they already defended it, so I don't know if you can go to the city anymore. The new update has added squads you can control with the players' first looks at their home planet. As a result, there was a massive boost in Steam player count as it jumped to an impressive 122,000 players. So I included a little screenshot of the graph of the game. It's the highest it's been in a while since, like, the beginning of beginning of this year. Yeah, but that's good for us. We will get a new game studios that rise to the same size of the old giants. Yeah, it's really good for, like, indie studios when they lose, like, when, you know, bigger studios shed a lot of their talent. They kind of go and make their own studios, or, like, you know, they hook up with other people and make studios together. But it just kind of sucks because there's, like, properties from those other studios that you liked, right? Like, you know, you want another good Fallout game. You want another good Overwatch game. Like, you would, I'm sure there are a lot of fans of this series that are disappointed, not because it sucks, but because they had high expectations, right? And they still want, there's still that demand for that series that they love to have a good game. Like, I'm a huge Halo fan, and it hurts me to see what 343's been doing, or I guess, what do they call them, Halo Industries, or Halo buttfuck. I can't remember what the new studio is called, but I mean, I would love a good Halo game. and I just haven't gotten that. And it's because Bungie, well, I mean, Bungie left, but 343 doesn't have any talent from Bungie. And then I would love a good Bungie game. I would love a good Destiny 2 sequel or a good Marathon, right? But they don't have any talent at that studio, so I mean, kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place there. It's like you still want, you know, good sequels to the properties that you liked. Anyways, let's go to our final fail, and I think everybody knows what's coming up. Claire, it's like, no. I mean, everyone's seen this one. Don't you guys have $80? Come on, who doesn't have $80 in their pocket? I know, each and every one of you have $80 to spend on Borderlands 4, so cough it up right now, give it to me. World-renowned mouth breather and Gearbox boss recently said, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen, in regards to the possibility of Borderlands being $80. So guys, if you're just a real fan, you'll take out a loan if you have to. You'll Klarna it. $80, come on, don't be so stingy. This post has caused a massive amount of blowback, with outcry coming from even the game's biggest supporters. Fuck that guy. I have $2 in my bank, no joke, to last until September. Classic Gen Z, just so greedy. So greedy. What is wrong with you? Like, don't you realize that Randy Pitchford needs another yacht? What is wrong with you? I don't even like Borderlands. Fake fan. This is a reply to some random Twitter user that said, Randy, the game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed the notion of constant increases of the price tag. You are the CEO. You have some say in the price when it comes to your publisher. And then he says, A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Prismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. Okay, no one cared about your fucking life story, but we're not paying $80 for some trash that you want to spit out, dude. It's so greedy. Dude, the idea that, like, oh, I paid $80 for some niche product that was new back in 1991. Yeah, you pay a premium for things like that. When VR came out, it was like $1,000 for a headset. Now it's like $500. It happens. It doesn't mean that people should be expecting to pay a premium for a product. That's just not how it works. We're in an industry where games are free, where games are $40, right? Insoi was $40. I mean, Marathon is supposedly going to be $40. You're charging $80 for this in a time where it's really unpopular to do so. I think they also bragged about how Borderlands 4 has the highest budget, like double the budget of Borderlands 3. That's not something to brag about. You should be bragging about making the same. Yeah, it looks exactly the same as the last one. How are you spending more money? You just reuse the assets. Like, what? It's crazy. I don't understand it at all. They're like, yeah, we spent $20 billion making this game, and it's the biggest budget we've ever done, which is why we're going to be selling every copy for $300 each. It's like, brother, like, you're bad at business. You're really bad at this. You should have made the next one cheaper and then pass the savings on to the consumer. But I don't know. I guess I'm not Randy Pitchford. I'm not a successful CEO, am I? But yeah, a lot of people have been talking about this. A lot of people are very, very upset. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, but the prices keep rising for games. It's because they keep getting bigger and bigger budgets. Like, for whatever reason, studios think that they need to put like billions into games, millions and billions of dollars, right? And it's just not true. There are people who make games that are fantastic on like no budget, right? Like, look at Lethal Company, one of like the most beloved games. Look at Repo. There's these indie games that people are doing that are capturing audiences for so cheap. And it just shows that we don't need something that's so big and so expensive. It's just like, look at the same thing's happening in the movie industry. Look at A24 films. They're dominating the box office, and then you have Disney throwing $300 billion at a live action Snow White, and no one watches it. No one wants it. More budget doesn't mean more better product. I mean, sometimes you have to cough, drift, and drive, cough. There you go. Sometimes you have to, I don't know, sometimes you have to do more with less. But, I mean, there are times where it's justified, right? Like, Titanic, the price was justified because they rebuilt the whole fucking boat, dude. They, like, remade the Titanic. So I'm like, I can understand where the budget went. But then you, like, have, like, I don't understand where the budget goes for Borderlands. Like, I'm sorry, it's a cartoon fucking game. It has some of the worst graphics in AAA gaming. Like, I don't know where you're throwing this money around at. It's got to be some sort of like tax evasion kind of thing, or like money laundering scheme. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, let's move on to our actual story for today. Cyberpunk's new location. This is pretty cool. CD Projekt Red's sequel to Cyberpunk, known as Project Orion, may take place in a new setting. Mike Pondsmith, the creator of the TRPG that the game is based on, has confirmed that the sequel may be set in a different city, like Chicago Gone Wrong, based on his quote. This may not be much of a surprise, though, as some fans, like Saint Virtual on Reddit, has already predicted this. There's actually a giant Reddit thread where someone's like pointing out all the differences, or all like the little like themes in the story, and how they think that the next one's going to be taking place in Chicago. So that's pretty cool. I've also heard some people say that you might be able to go between locations. I don't know if that's true, but that would be really cool if there was like multiple cities in the sequel. The Cyberpunk sequel looks to be going very well. They have a whole new studio in Boston that we talked about a few weeks ago that they opened up just for this game. So I think CD Projekt Red is one of the only AAA gaming studios right now that's actually just hiring. Like, they're expanding in a time where everyone else is like going bankrupt. So I'm excited for this. I think that they have a pretty stacked lineup. We're gonna get The Witcher 4 and a new Cyberpunk game. Like, this is gonna be sick. Love that game. Yes, Cyberpunk is fantastic. I've always liked Cyberpunk since like it first came out. So I don't know. I'm hype. Fans can make better games for free. Yeah, sometimes they can. Indie game devs work on no budget, make big money. I know, that's kind of like, that's the cool thing about indie games, is you can just make a game, and if you get lucky, if you get super lucky, you can, just hit that Steam algorithm, and you can get life-changing money. And I think a lot of people are incentivized by that. What a cuck. Wait, what? I just saw some of the older chat messages. Next up, we have the Twitch Adpocalypse. I heard Hassan was banned like today or yesterday, so that this is tied to it. Ad revenue at Twitch has taken a noticeable decline, according to streamers such as Nut and Mizkif. What a crazy name. I don't know who Nut is, but I know who Mizkif are. This comes after allegations of anti-Semitism were raised against the site, but may become even worse, as just a few days ago, the ADL president recently blamed former top political streamer Hassan Piker for a recent terror attack against two Israeli embassy workers. So, insane tragedy that happened. We don't have to talk about it, but there was unfortunately a terror attack that happened, I think in like Washington, D.C. And a lot of people are pointing the finger at Hassan because his rhetoric that he speaks on every single day is literally fueling these kinds of people. There's no direct connection between Hassan. I don't think that this person was even a viewer of his, but a lot of people, myself included, have been saying this for a long time, that the things that he says gives power to these people and makes it seem like it's okay to crash out in violent ways. And as a result, the ad revenue has taken a shift. Advertisers don't want to advertise on a platform where people are anti-Semitic, where people are racist, where people have literal terrorists being interviewed. You don't want an interview with a terrorist to be interrupted by a Coke ad. It just doesn't look good. So very obviously, very reasonably, advertisers are pulling out of Twitch. And now, I don't really care. This isn't my job. Like, I have 4 viewers right now. Like, this is whatever for me. But, I mean, to some people, this is awful. There are people that just play video games on here that are losing their ad revenue because some dumbass at the top will not stop using his platform to enrage people, to push people towards extremism. And it's terrible, and something needs to change. And at a certain point, we're gonna have to start banning people like permanently for acting this way and for engaging in this hateful rhetoric. And after the terror attack, obviously there was a lot of people in Hassan's chat and in his Discord that were I guess for lack of better words, praising it. They were very happy with the attack. They were like, finally, which is insane. And they keep saying no Fed posting. That's like their own little dog whistle for like, hey, you're saying something that's gonna get us in trouble, so just keep it to yourself. But we all know what you're like. We all agree with what you're saying. As a result, he wiped his entire Discord. But it doesn't seem to have done anything. Did he get banned? Hassan Piker banned? I believe he got a 24-hour ban. Yeah, looks like, yeah, he did get banned. Looks like he got banned specifically for violating the terrorist content policy. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. He's commenting positively about a terror attack. So obviously they're gonna ban him for it. Schedule 1 Lethal Company BattleBit. Yeah, those games are fantastic indie games. But yeah, so I'm just hoping. I really want less politics on this site. I would really like for people, especially violent people, spreading their ideologies, their violent whatever. I want it off the platform. This is for me. This is a platform for gaming, and I want it to stay about that. Like, we really don't need it. If you want to talk about politics, go to like YouTube or something. I think it's a little bit more accepted over there. Or go on Kick, right? Go on Kick if you want to talk about politics. Go with all the other degenerates. Go on CNN. So I almost forgot what they're called. I almost said CAN. Anyways, moving on. Marathon sales expectations. So, more about Marathon came in this week as Paul Tassi, a senior contributor for Forbes' gaming team, shared a rumor that Bungie and Sony set an ambitious sales goal for Marathon. What is that sales goal? Well, according to the insider, they will only consider it a success if it makes it into the top 5 best-selling games, according to market information company Circana. That's insane. That's crazy, dude. They're like, yeah, this is only going to be a success if it's one of the top 5 games of this year. It's not going to be. It's not going to be. I mean, with a rumored price of $40 and competition like Arc Raiders, that's going to be a tough sell. I do not see that being one of the top games. It's just, isn't Destiny 2 free? Destiny 2 is free. Why would you even pay $40 for a Marathon when you can just play Destiny 2, an arguably better Bungie game? That's crazy. And I mean, is Arc Raiders free? I think Arc Raiders is also free. Arc Raiders on Steam, coming soon. Wait, what? Oh, it's not out yet. Cost. Oh, Arc Raiders will also be $40. But it was originally planned as free to play, but is now being released as a premium game. Crazy. So they were going to be free to play, and then now they're switching. I guess we'll see how that goes. $40, I would say, is a much easier pill to swallow. I like $40 games. But if it's going to be a live service, like multiplayer only game, I don't want to pay $40 for it. Because the understanding is that this game won't exist forever. Eventually, people are going to stop playing it. You won't find matches, and the servers will go down, and that $40 product that you have will be worthless. So like $40, even like I would pay $80 for a game like Baldur's Gate 3, because I know that no matter what, unless like Steam itself goes down, I will probably always have access to the game. I'll always be able to go back and play it. 20 years from now, I'm going to be able to play Baldur's Gate 3. 60 years from now, I'm sure I'll still be able to play my copy of Baldur's Gate 3, unless obviously like Steam goes bankrupt or something happens, right? I have that expectation that I'll always have that game. Marathon, I don't even know if it'll still be around a year from now. I mean, given the way that things are going, I really don't know. Twitch added a checkbox to the stream info box if the stream talks about politics. That's smart. I like that. Destiny 2 was made free 2 years after release. I remember that. I was mad because I spent a bunch of money on all the expansions. And it's like, cool. And they took that content out. That's crazy. They were like, yeah, you can't play that stuff that you bought anymore. Another example of things you pay for that don't exist anymore. And Bungie is known for that. Bungie specifically does that. I'm certain that Marathon will go free to play at some point. So all the people who spent $40 are gonna get fucked. Clarence just gonna buy Marathon for everyone he knows and everyone in uni. So it's the best game of the year, but that's the problem. He just admitted he has $2 in his bank account. What is he gonna do? Yeah, we saw that the servers can go down really fast. Yeah, very fast. So I don't know. I mean, Concord was offline in like a week. If I had the money, I would. Exactly. Still gonna play it. Yeah, I know you will, Clarence. I know that you're gonna play it. I do hope it's good. Like I said, I want Bungie to make good games. I really do. Like it's a company that I care. Like I said, Halo is literally like my favorite series of all time. Like I would say Halo Reach is probably one of my favorite games, top 10, full stop. And it hurts me to see the creators, or at least the studio that did create it, is churning out garbage now, or at least. I don't know. I don't want to say it's garbage. I'm pretty upset with Destiny 2 with some of the expansions. I'm upset with the sunsetting of content that I paid for, and I'm also upset with the art theft stuff. I don't want to say garbage, because they make good stuff sometimes, but they make a lot of bad decisions. It's like I'm not mad at them. I'm just disappointed. Just disappointed. Anyways, we talked about Marathon too much. Let's go on to Black Ops 6 may include wall running. The leaks for Black Ops 6 keep pouring in as someone discovered wall running in the Call of Duty HQ files. I didn't know what this was, so I had to look it up. Call of Duty HQ, I guess, is a like a launcher that they made where you can download all the files, and I guess they reuse a lot of these files for each of the games. So if you want to play Warzone and you want to play the newest Black Ops game, it'll use some of the same files, so you don't have to keep downloading them. And that's especially helpful because if you guys don't know, each Call of Duty is like 130 gigabytes, if not more. But apparently people have gone into those files and they found out that there is wall running in the Black Ops series. And then there's also rumors of a battle royale. And earlier I think it was last week, or maybe the week before, we talked about their terrible open world story that was sort of like Modern Warfare 3, the remake. It's looking more and more likely that this will be an awful installation of the series. I'm going to say it right now. I'm not hyped for this new Black Ops. I mean, I didn't play the last one, but it doesn't look very good. But we do have a TikTok video right here that I guess shows some of the wall running. This person, I guess, went into the Call of Duty HQ files to get this clip. So it's Call of Duty Black Ops working with wall running, which is really interesting. There's no jetpack though. It's just wall running. So I guess we'll see. I know a lot of people didn't like this feature. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but like, this is the exact kind of thing that Infinity War, or is it Infinity War? Or is that's the Marvel movie, right? Is it Infinite Warfare? I can't remember. Whatever they called it. That Call of Duty game was hated for that exact reason, like the exosuit stuff, and they were like, people like the boots on the ground combat. So I guess we'll see how that goes. I mean, the Omni movement was cool. Maybe the wall running with the Omni movement would be a cool feature. I don't know. Infinite Warfare. It was ass. Yeah, it was really bad. Didn't they also have, they had Eminem make, like, the theme song, didn't they? The only Call of Duty I like is Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 3. Interesting. Like, the remake Modern Warfare 2 or the original one? Because back in my day, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 were amazing. And then Black Ops 1 and 2 were also amazing. And after that, I kind of stopped playing. Anyways, our next slide is a live-action Elden Ring movie. So A24, we already talked about them a little bit earlier. I don't know if that was during this presentation or if it was before that, but A24 confirmed that Alex Garland, the director of movies like Ex Machina and Annihilation, will write and direct a live-action adaptation of Elden Ring. This news comes after the release of his latest A24 film, Warfare, which released to critical acclaim with a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. This is actually hype news. This guy, I don't know why he's mogging right here. Like, look at it, he's mogging like crazy. But I think he could do it. I really think he could make a great movie. He's not only directing it, but he's also writing it. That's crazy, and he's apparently a fantastic writer. This is very cool. This is so cool. I'm excited. I think this will be great. I don't see how this goes wrong, like, to be honest. But I guess we'll see. Elden Ring doesn't really have much of a story in a traditional sense, as it's just got world building, like visual storytelling. So I guess we'll see what he does here. And we don't even know if it'll be like the game adapted. That's the word I'm looking for. We don't know if the game will be adapted or if it's going to be, I don't know, like a little bit more of like a prequel. I think it would make more sense if we did like a prequel, because there seems to have been a lot of drama that built up to where we are in the game. A lot of things happened that are kind of explained visually later. I only played the remaster version of Black Ops. Oh, yeah. The new Call of Duty Modern Warfares are a little bit different. Anyways, next slide, we have the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale. Reddit user Temporal data mined Battlefield Labs and found evidence of an upcoming Battle Royale mode with missions and supply drops similar to Call of Duty Warzone. However, there is also reportedly a feature called the Oversight System, which allows dead players to control drones and turrets. Vehicles will also be involved in the way of key cards that are found around the map, giving players access to vehicles. But if you're an old Battlefield fan, you might remember back when Battlefield 1 launched, the devs made a big show about how they weren't going to do battle royales, but they appear to have kind of changed their mind. They did a bit of an about face on that opinion. So, I don't know. I guess it could be cool. I don't think it will be. I don't really see Battlefield 6 as a good battle royale game. I know it has battle in the name, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a good battle royale. I think I'm kind of sick of battle royales. I feel like they're way too late to this party. They need to just focus on what they do well, right? They need to get like 100 people into a single match and just add full destructive environments. That's what people want. They want crazy big battles with vehicles and planes and boats and missiles and all sorts of chaos and buildings crumbling around them. That's what people want. That's all we want. And they don't ever deliver. Ever. They haven't delivered since like Battlefield Bad Company 2. That was like the last good destructive. Actually, Battlefield 4 was also good because it had Levolution. But Levolution was also kind of like weak, because then nothing else was destructive. It was just the one building in every map. So, I don't know. They need Levolution, but it needs to be every building. I mean, they have the Finals, right? The Finals does that just fine. So, I don't know. I'm not excited for Battle Royale mode. I'm probably not going to play it. I think if the Battlefield 6 comes out, I'm not going to play Battle Royale. I'm going to play the normal game that I like and I'm buying this for. It would need to be more of a milsim to work. Yeah, that's what Battlefield used to be. It was a milsim, and they kind of got crazy with it. Battlefield 1 was good because it was still like a milsim, but it was like it took you to a place that no other game really did because it was a really boring environment, but they still made it fun. Maybe it's not the main game mode, but can still be fun. Yeah, I could see that. Like if it's tacked on, that's fine. But I feel like instead of focusing on a battle royale, they could just make the game better, right? Like that's the problem. This is why games get such ballooned budgets because they're like, oh yeah, well let's add a battle royale mode. Let's add zombies in it because why not? Like it's like I want to play the milsim stuff. That's all they care about. Focus on that. Focus on what you're good at. We know how the battle royale looks in Battlefield from Battlefield 5. Did Battlefield 5 have a battle royale? That's crazy. I didn't play Battlefield 5, so I guess I wouldn't know. That was not a game for me. I didn't like the, I mean, if we're going to be talking about milsim and stuff, it's kind of crazy that they made a World War II game that had nothing to do with World War II. Like, it wasn't accurate whatsoever. I don't know, but I'll get a little bit controversial if I start talking about that. I think there are some things about like World War II stuff that I want to be accurate. Like the idea that they have to like change things for a modern audience is crazy. Like I like shooting Nazis. I like seeing the Nazi flags and like burning them. You know, like that's fun for me. And I don't like they take those things out because they think people are going to be offended. And it's like if you're going to be offended by history, then don't play the game. Like that's all I can tell you. Like I liked Call of Duty World at War. I loved running into the trenches and like burning all the Nazi flags and stuff with the flamethrower. That was so much fun. They even like they intended to do it because you could literally light it on fire and it like burns away. It's super cool. Battlefield 1 is still the best. It's for sure the best. It's so much fun. I loved Battlefield 1. Anyways, next slide is instead of our pro tip of the day, we're going to be doing the 7 deadly sins of gaming. So this is the first deadly sin, and it kind of ties into what we've been talking about here. It's greedy gaming gangs. Let's go. The first sin is greed. For example, gaming is an art form. Therefore, like all other art forms, the goal is to be, or should be, artistic expression. First, before profit. Oh my gosh, I can't even read. Consumers can tell when a creator is just phoning it in for a paycheck, and nowadays, a connection with your audience is more important than ever. Everything is about these parasocial relationships. I mean, look at the way that people crash out about the CEO talking about, oh, well, you don't have $80? Things like art theft scandals, out of touch CEOs, and studio loss of talent, studios' loss of talented employees reflect on the final product and the relationship with the consumer more than ever. Greed should have no place in the production of a video game. Rather, the team should just be dedicated to focusing on what they love, regardless of the reception or the money they expect to receive. And I know that's such a hard thing to do, especially when, I mean, these are businesses. They have to make money. They have to return profits to shareholders. But they're not going to return any profits to shareholders if they're just making Need for Speed 52 and it's the same fucking game with no sort of like love in it. You know, it's not McDonald's. You can't just, you know, spit out burgers and then get a profit. Like you have to actually put in like care and love, because you're basically making paintings, you're basically making music, you're basically making movies, right? People, we even talked about this earlier, people don't even like to watch movies that are just mass produced. It doesn't matter how big the budget is if no one cares about the story. No one cared about Sleeping Beauty, or what was the movie? What was the movie that Disney made? Snow White. No one wanted to watch that because they didn't care about the story. But then people are lining in to watch Sinners, something that is completely new and has so much soul and love in it. So, I mean, it's the same thing with gaming. You have to focus on making something good, and letting your directors, letting your coders and your artists just, you know, make art before trying to think about how you're going to market it and how you're going to make a profit, because that's just, you're doing it backwards, right? Make something cool and then find a buyer. Yap. Okay, all right. Anyways, moving on. You guys you want it. You want to see it. We're going to be talking about the awards, the community awards. We got 3 of these bad boys to give out. The first one's going to Stefan for his new educational scene. Look at this. Clarent is a weeb. He said it. He said it, not me. He made this cool scene with his VTuber overlay that he has. So if you guys don't know, Stefan has this really intricate, fully mocapped scene in Unity that runs over his game, so he can switch to the scene, I guess, and school people. I have no idea what he's gonna do with this, but he can clearly write whatever he wants, and he wrote Clarent is a weeb. It's true. I mean, it is true. Never heard of him? Who's Clarent? You're never gonna get away from it. You're never gonna get away from it. If you didn't want to be called Clarent, you shouldn't have renamed yourself to Clarent. Anyways, next up, we have Clarent, his new esports channel. Congratulations. You can see I made a little bit of an alteration to his username. He said, hey everyone, tomorrow I'm running and hosting hosting out collage. He said collage. And universities ever... Man, your spelling is gonna freak me out. Oh, it's gonna make me explode. Esports event. It's just a test run, but should be fun. If you can please come along and hang out. It's been the past 3 months of my life, haha. Here is the channel. Feel free to follow. The event will start around 1 p.m. GMT. I missed that, by the way. What is 1 p.m. GMT? What is a GMT, for fuck's sake? What? I put it in the description. Go ahead and follow. I'm following, but I didn't get a chance to see the thing. I tried to look up the VOD and it's not there. So I don't know if you ended up streaming or not. But what is 1 p.m. GMT to PST? That's 6 a.m. I was asleep. 6 in the morning for me. We could not put VODs up. Oh, that sucks. Well, you should put it on your YouTube channel or something. That'd be cool. But yeah, pretty cool. He's got a new channel. Where he does esports for his college. And then next up we have Parzy's Steam page. So I can just open this real quick and post this. Mo's little buddy, the other German that we know and love, made a... Can we go into full screen? That's not what I wanted. He made a Steam page for his upcoming game Descending Empires, which he wants you guys to go and wishlist right now, but I don't know if I should say what Clarent told me or not, but Clarent told me that he got a DM from Parzy and he wanted everybody to go and quote R-word the wishlist button. So take that how you will. My friend Parzy finally published his Steam page for his game Descending Empires. It's a multiplayer space RTS that he's been working on for quite some time now. I know that there are some space game fans in this community, so I wanted to share it. I like how you said like fur, like fur release, like it's just showing your German side. That was a crazy message. Yeah, no, I can't believe he told you that. He's like, go do this to the wishlist button. You're like, oh, okay. I've also seen some screenshots. I wonder do I still have those that Clarent sent me? Can we open this? This is a GIF of the game. We keep joking about how he's gonna get a cease and desist from what are they called? Disney. That's what they're. He's gonna get a cease and desist from Disney because this looks a little too similar to I don't know. Should I say it looks like Star Wars? Clarence sent me this GIF, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Coruscant. That is the Jedi lounge. What do they call it? The Jedi temple. It's not the lounge. It's not the temple. The council. The Jedi council. That's what this is. I mean, it's obviously that, right? I mean, far be it from me to say anything, but I hope it's a placeholder. Yeah. But it looks like he's pretty talented. It looks like he's got like a good vision. So the Jedi Council meeting room. Yeah, that's it. The Jedi Lounge. And in the West Tower, we also have one more thing. This came in today, so I didn't have a chance to add it to the. This came in at 12:53, so like like 2 hours before we streamed, but looks like Kezi's also working on a new side project, which is pretty sweet. Can we get this? Can we? I'll just move the whole Discord page up. All right, there we go. It's called Emberwing: The Trial of Whispering Embers. This is kind of interesting. It's clearly just a what would you call it? Like an idea. It's not really like a full game, but it's cool that he's like working on all of these little projects. But he wanted to share this as well, so I'll include it in a last minute little update. He doesn't get a slide though, unfortunately. Looks like he's got like a few flying mechanics, so I'm assuming this is going to be some sort of like 3D platformer. It looks like. That's cute. So yeah, a concept. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. MVP, minimum viable product. I've never heard it called an MVP, but it sounds real. Wait, is he like transform into like a different? Oh, I see. He transforms into a different type of dragon, and it allows him to use different abilities. That's cool. That's kind of a neat little premise. So yeah, I like that. Anyways, that's about it. That's all I have for today. So YouTube viewers, come over here. Come over this side of Twitch someday. if there's anyone on YouTube who's trying to make the plunge, I swear we don't talk about politics here. Well, we don't talk about terrorism here. we're not Hassan, I swear. We talk about gaming. Anyways, that's about it. Bye, YouTube. Come to Twitch or you smell. And it's him pointing a gun.